Automate web service change management. One of the primary goals in web service WS maintenance and evolution is to reduce the effort required to test the changes. Traditionally, functional and non-functional testing of WS is performed by testing the operations listed in WS description language, WSDL. Further, the regression testing is done by identifying the changes made to the WS code and the WSDL specification. Web Service WS Analyzer requires automated approach to write and select test cases, which are more reliable and relevant. Emphasis of Analyzer is to create and handle subset of code that is slice the WS code, which reduces human efforts in regression testing and re-engineering. Automate Web Service Change Management. Awesome is a tool which constructs subset WSDL based on change impact analysis of WSDL and code. Awesome visualizes and captures changes in their form of intermediate artifacts during impact analysis. This video will describe the computation of change impact as well as mapping them to their test cases. We will see the construction of subset WSDLs and reduce regression test suite. To validate proposed prototype approach, a parameterized regression testing of web service PRTWS. We will see two case studies in this video based on following techniques to gather change impact analysis for PRTWS. 1. Automatic change impact analysis. 2. User selection impact analysis. Case study 1. Automatic change impact analysis. This is the extension of unit WSDL feature of ORTWS. PWSDL feature additionally uses call graph information to compute change impact analysis. Book service code is our own development written in Java NetBeans. Book service call goes to Book Bhagavad Gita web service BGWS, which again calls BG verse. Book service call goes to Bible WS, which again calls Bible verse. Book service is deployed in Glassfish server. Book service operations can be easily tested with browser. Book service has four operations, namely, get abstract or chapter, find book number, get verse by book and chapter and verse number, and get all verse by book and chapter number. Find abstract of the chapter with first parameter as book number and second chapter name. Find book number 1 for BG and 2 for Bible. Find verse with first parameter as book number, second as chapter name, and third as verse number. Find all verses with first parameter as book number, and second as chapter name. WSDL, a book service. First test suite is for operationalized testing, and second, get abstract of chapter, is for parameterized testing. Test cases of BGWS and Bible WS both has 8 test steps. We can execute the test steps to validate the book service. According to PRTWS, a test case of operation is built for a fixed value of primary parameter and test steps were built for various values of non-primary parameters. Primary parameter uniquely identify the non-primary parameter. In get abstract or chapter test case, BGWS has same value 1 for parameter book number, and Bible WS has same value 2 for parameter book number, whereas non-primary parameter chapter number is variable according to test steps. Select old and new code to get changed operations and methods of code. Code of methods BG Chapter 2 and BG Chapter 3 had gone through changes. Similarly, Code of Methods, Bible Chapter 3, and a Bible Chapter 8, had gone through changes. Input call graph of book service to find dependencies of operations. Input new WSDL to construct PWSDL with operations whose interprocedural calls are changed at code. Parameter WSDL feature takes 4 inputs: new, old code, call graph dependency, and new WSDL. PWSDL is constructed according to the semantics of new WSDL with the operations whose interprocedural called operations methods have gone through changes at the code. Here 3 operations had gone through the interprocedural changes. Test steps for method BG Chapter 2 and BG Chapter 3 had gone through changes in test case BGWS. Similarly, test step for method Bible Chapter 3 and Bible Chapter 8 had gone through changes in test case Bible WS. Parameter-reduced regression test suite (PRTWS) is stored in the same folder of test suite. Import the PRTWS at testing environment of book service in SOAP UI. Only 2 test steps in test cases BGWS and Bible WS, a PRTWS were selected whose code are changed. Test steps for method BG Chapter 2 and BG Chapter 3 in test case BGWS were selected. Similarly, test steps for method Bible Chapter 3 and Bible Chapter 8 in test case a Bible WS were selected. Executing both test cases BGWS and Bible WS. Case Study 2 User Selection-Based Impact Analysis. Both operationalized and parameterized regression testing have user selection-based feature, named as test step sequence selection. According to PRTWS, a test case of operation is built for a fixed value of primary parameter and test steps were built for various values of non-primary parameters. Currency conversion has 2 parameter, from currency, is chosen as primary, and to currency, is chosen as non-primary parameter. We selected 4 countries as value of primary parameter for test cases. For Bible WS, a parameter, book title, is used as primary parameter with the combination of chapter name and verse as the non-primary parameters. Global Weather Web Service example, country name, is chosen as primary parameter whereas city name as non-primary parameter. Parameter-reduced regression test suite (PRTWS) are formal, systematic and analytical. PRTWS helps in proper mapping between selected test steps and WS code. Sunset Sunrise WS has 8 parameters. Both latitude and longitude is chosen as primary, and other parameters are considered as non-primary parameter. Sunset Sunrise WS has 8 location chosen as primary parameter in test cases, whereas other informations as non-primary parameter. Parameter-reduced regression test suite (PRTWS) is stored in the same folder of test suite. Import the PRTWS at testing environment of book service in SOAP UI. Selection of test steps for a particular test case of primary parameter creates a combination. This combination is helpful for the execution of a particular code flow in testing. Both latitude and longitude is chosen as primary, and other parameters are considered as non-primary parameter. Automate web service change management.